Hey, have you ever found yourself feeling stressed? And suddenly the fridge seems to be calling your name? Then 10 minutes later, you're surrounded by candy wrappers thinking, why did I just do that? Today, I'm going to share 8 super effective techniques to help you stop stress eating, starting now. And trust me, tip number 5 will surprise you so much. You might forget all about the snack in your hand. So make sure to watch until the end. 1. Recognize the early warning signals. First, understand this. Stress eating doesn't come out of nowhere. There are clear warning signs. Most people just ignore them. When you start feeling stressed, your body releases cortisol. And guess what? Cortisol can increase your cravings by up to 40%. So stop blaming yourself. Start by 2. The magic 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. This is a secret weapon psychologists often recommend. When you feel like stress snacking, pause and do this. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. This technique helps reset your brain and bring you back to the present moment, instead of escaping into food. Studies show that 85% of people who apply this correctly reduce cravings almost instantly. But wait, there's another technique you might like even more. 3. Replace it with comfort actions. When we eat out of stress, our brain is looking for comfort, not food. So why not give it something else to play with? Create a list of 5 replacement actions you can do in 2 minutes. Listen to your favorite song, pet your animal or even a houseplant, call a loved one, do 10 jumping jacks. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. I once saw someone replace snacking with dancing to TikTok for 30 seconds. And you know what? After dancing, they totally forgot about the cookies. The key is to prepare this list before stress hits. Because once you're stressed, your brain can't think creatively anymore. 4. The delay and distract strategy. This is a technique used by 95% of people who successfully control stress eating. When you feel the urge to eat, don't try to fight it. Instead, tell yourself, okay, I'll eat that in 15 minutes. But first, I'll do X. Why does it work? Because you're not banning yourself. You're simply delaying. That reduces mental pressure. And within 15 minutes, that craving usually fades away. A Stanford University study found that emotional cravings only last about 12 to 15 minutes on average. So if you can survive that window, you win. But the next technique is what truly changes the game. Hey, if these tips are helping you, give this video a like so I know. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss any of my helpful videos. Now, let's jump into tip number 5, the one I promised would surprise you.
5. The emotional labeling technique. This is the most surprising technique I've ever learned. And it's so simple. You'll wonder why you never thought of it. When you feel like stress eating, instead of heading to the fridge, pause and ask, what am I really feeling right now? Then name the emotion. Example, oh, I'm anxious about tomorrow's deadline. Or, I'm upset about that conversation with my boss. Research from UCLA shows that simply labeling your emotions reduces activity in the amygdala, the brain's stress center, by 50%. Once, I labeled my emotion as craving cake out of boredom, and I laughed out loud because it sounded so silly. This technique works because it shifts your brain from emotional mode to logical mode. And in logic mode, you make much better decisions. 6. Create a smart stress-eating journal. This is not the boring journaling you might imagine. This turns you into a detective of your own habits. For 1 week, track when you feel the urge to eat from stress. What triggered the stress? The exact emotion? What food you craved? After 1 week, surprised, patterns will emerge. Maybe you always crave sugar at 3 p.m. at work or salty snacks after an argument. Once you know the pattern, you can plan ahead. If 3 p.m. is your weak spot, have fruit ready or plan a short walk. And here's something even more interesting. 7. The pre-commitment strategy.
This is a method top CEOs and successful people use to control habits. The idea? Build a barrier between you and the food. Examples: store snacks on a different floor, or just don't buy them. Only bring exact cash when going out. Install apps to block food delivery during work hours. Ask a friend to supervise or check in with you. Research from Harvard found that just adding a 6-second delay to access junk food can reduce the chance of eating it by 70%. Why? Because in those 6 seconds, the rational brain gets a chance to speak up and help you choose better. But now, the final tip is what I call the finishing move.
8. The 30-second mindful check-in. Thoughtful.
This last technique is super simple, but incredibly powerful. Next time you want to eat, pause for 30 seconds and ask yourself, am I actually hungry? Place your hand on your belly and feel. What emotion is leading me to eat? Will eating this solve anything? How will I feel about this decision in 3 hours? In 90% of cases, after just 30 seconds, you'll realize you're not truly hungry, you're just looking for a way to cope. Happy. And when you realize that, you can choose another way to care for yourself. Maybe music, calling a friend, or just a few deep breaths. So we've gone through 8 powerful techniques to stop stress eating. From early warning signals and the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method to a quick 30-second mindful check-in. Remember, changing habits takes time. Don't pressure yourself to be perfect from the start. I'm curious, when do you usually stress eat? In the morning before work? Or in the evening after a long day? Share in the comments so we can all support each other. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to support my channel and hit the bell so you don't miss my next video. Speaking of self-care, in the next video I'll guide you through a 20-minute home workout. No equipment needed, but burns serious calories and helps release stress. See you in the next video.